Hello and welcome to my channel, and here we're going to be looking at some clay, polymer clay specifically, and just the texture and how well they are. This one is Sculpey 3, I'm not sure. I just bought all of these without really knowing much, and I thought, well, how about I just share how I feel about each brand. And this one's Fimo Soft, which is right in the corner there, that blue one. And then we have the Fimo FX as well, which can give you that one is translucent, but it can also give you shiny stuff. This is a non-brand one, and I'm not sure where that's from. I've also got another non-brand in here as well. And we'll also be looking at one called Mont Marte, and I got this cute 10-piece packet, but I've also got some separate ones as well. We'll also be looking at that. So here they are all together. That's the other one that I got on eBay, no name brands. It's kind of really cheap, as you could see. So we'll start with this one, which is a no-name brand. I don't remember, it just came with a pack that I got that just had a heap of different brands just recently. As you can see, the texture of it, it's kind of rough to look with to begin with, and I started playing around with it a little bit and it seemed to go okay. I was pretty, pleasantly surprised because I hadn't really had a very good time with no-named polymer clay, as you'll see later on in the video. And that was really surprising that actually turned out really well, and I think I'll use that in the future for like a skin colored thing. So this one I'm pretty sure is Mont Marte or Sculpey, although I actually do find them quite similar. I really like the texture. Obviously I bought it for the color, but the texture itself is really amazing, and I like using this one because it's just soft and not sticky, even though it looks that way. Not sticky at all, and it just molds into what you want, as you can see, and it works really well if you want to stick stuff together or make a shape that you really want to do. It's a beautiful color though. Okay, and here we have definitely a Sculpey, and that's like a really bright orange. I absolutely fell in love with it. So yes, Sculpey 3 there. That's obviously the pink, but I opened the orange one. Absolutely gorgeous color. I just made a little pumpkin out of this one the other day, and it turned out really great. It feels a little dry, but actually molding everything and doing the shapes that you want with your polymer tools, it works really well. I was using like a rubber sort of tool for the pumpkin, and that still glided through it really quite easy, even though it looks hard. It really isn't. So that's the orange one. I absolutely fell in love with that. This one is Fimo, supposedly soft, which I actually found not soft at all. It's really not. It's hard, and yeah, I didn't expect such a snapback there. But you can see that it is just so, I don't know how to explain it, like crummy. It looks really crummy. Like, it is a gorgeous color, but having to actually sit there and press really hard, you can see I'm trying my hardest, and I think you've got to sit there for a good amount of time to actually get it to the consistency you really want to do. And that kind of annoyed me, unlike the Mont Marte or the Sculpey, where you could just get straight into it, whereas you'd have to condition this one a lot just to use it. So that I found really quite annoying. I'm still trying by the looks of it. And finally I get some sort of consistency there. Yeah, I'm not really happy about the Fimo at the moment. I don't know if it's the ones that I bought. I bought it in a huge pack. They are brand new, but here's another Fimo Effects. Well, it's an effects, not a soft. It's like the silver metallic glittery type of one. This is one I used before. I'd already opened, and as you're about to see, it's horrible to use. Absolutely, look at that. That is dry as a bone. I couldn't believe it. When I first opened it, I was getting really excited because it was my first time with the Fimo Effects, and it just looked so good, and all the YouTube tutorials just made it look so fun, and you can do so many different things. And then when I got it, it's just like, what is this? This is as hard as it is when you cook it. As you can see, it's just, it's not really something that I enjoy when I have to sit there and condition my clay before I even get to play with it. I just find that really annoying, and as you can see, it's a struggle. It is definitely a struggle. I didn't have my conditioning stuff with me for the video, so I was just sitting there and I was just kneading it and pushing on it and hoping to get some sort of consistency that was enjoyable, but it just kept being so crumbly. Look at that. Crazy. I think I only have, yeah, okay, so this is 3 different brands. This one is one of my favorite brands. This is the red in the Mont Marte. This red specifically is out of this 10 pack. Well, not the specific 10 pack. I bought a couple because I thought it was a really great deal. That was the first one I started with, so I guess I'm a little biased towards it, but Mont Marte, it seems to have that consistency straight away, and I can mold it, and I think it's got that little bit of shine that I really like when you really roll it around a lot. As you can see, perfect consistency. I really think that's really great. Only issue I have is the color. It gets on your skin. I think you can tell already. That's the only problem I have with it, but the consistency, it's perfect. The color, it's perfect. I love using it. It works really well with other brands as well when I'm trying to make something and don't have the color in the Mont Marte brand. So it's really, really good. And I've also mixed the colors, like I've mixed the red together with the yellow to make this really great orange. And of course, red and blue, I made this interesting kind of purple that I think I got really upset with, so I turned it into a brown. But there it is in a ball, nice and shiny. I really like that. I think that this is probably, other than Sculpey, my favorite brand of polymer clay. I really enjoy it. As you can see, it sticks together quite well, so you could put little parts and arms and legs together without having it fall off on you. So yeah, that one I'm saving for last. So I'm about to show you the last Fimo, which is another Fimo effect, and this one itself was the first Fimo effect I bought, and it is the translucent, which when you cook it, it's kind of half see-through type of deal, which I actually found out it wasn't as see-through as I thought. It just kind of makes like this really cool cloudy effect that I use for like eyes or something in that nature. Here's the clunk of one I've already opened. Obviously it's too big to just be playing around with, and I don't want to dirty it up as much as I already have. So I grab out my trusty little polymer cutter, get off a little bit there, and put that aside. Okay, so this part I was happy to just mess up, but as you can see, it's even worse than the silvery metallic one. It's horrible. As you can see, the red is going in there. It's really noticeable. It's no longer white. I can't really use that anymore. The red has just gone right into that from my fingers. You've got to always wash your hands before you use the white. Always make sure your surface is clean and your hands are clean. And as you can see here, it's just crumbling to pieces. And I'm trying so hard to just put it back together It's not working out very well at all. It's, yeah, I'm trying too hard. I'm pressing very hard and it's just not working there. I'm pushing really hard. You can't hear me, but in the video I'm actually just like going trying to get it together, and it just wasn't working. And then I guess here I am showing you how crumbly that thing is, and it's dry too. It's not it doesn't stick to your fingers or anything like that. Here I am showing how white it was to begin with. It is not white anymore. I'm sure I'll find a way to use that, mix in some more red and make it a pink or something like that. But yeah, I'm not happy with the Fimo effects, really. I will use them because they have got some gorgeous things happening. You know, it's amazing. I saved this one for last because it's the worst. This is another no-name brand, and I actually got the best one out. And yeah, sorry, I do shake a lot. That just came apart really easily. It's very sticky and the color just gets stuck in your skin, and I've tried to wash it off and it takes a few washes. As you can see, I've only been playing with it a couple seconds and it's already got into my skin. And it's extremely sticky too. This was actually better than the other ones I've been using from this no-name brand, eBay cheap polymer that I have. I bought like a 24 pack. I absolutely regret it. But this one is actually in decent order compared to the others. And yeah, look at my skin. That's not what you should be expecting. And look at that. It is so sticky. I can't make things with it because there's always going to be those sticky marks there. And if you play with it long enough, it's pretty much turning into liquid. Like if I played with it for, which, you know, sometimes your pieces take a long time, for like 15-20 minutes, it's no longer useful. I remember having to put it in the freezer for a little while to harden it up, and that only lasted all the 2 minutes, and then it was just so sticky and soft and horrible all over again. I guess because I've got a really cool temperature on in the air tonight, it's different. But usually if I am going through the day and it's a nice sunny day and it's kind of warm inside, I would not use that. Not at all. So just to wrap up, the Mont Marte is absolutely my favorite. Fimo, really hard to use. Sculpey, really great. Fimo soft, not soft at all. And I ended up getting a lot of it too. I've got a lot of Fimo, I've got a lot of Sculpey and a lot of Mont Marte. I definitely did not go again to the no-name brands. Again, never, 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 never. Won't do that again. And I liked the Mont Marte, so I got the beige in the 400 grams of polymer clay, and I've been using that a lot for like skin, or if I want to paint over one without using colors. It's a really good use. And just all in all, don't go cheap. Just don't ever go cheap, because you're gonna regret wasting your money. It's not worth it. And with the Fimo effects, don't expect it to be like Sculpey. Don't expect it to be like Mont Marte. I don't think it even compares. You've really got to condition them. And I thought it was just a one-off chance when I bought one just to start with. But then as I started getting more and more, I noticed that it was more of a theme, that this Fimo effect or Fimo soft, it's not really kneadable. You've got to play with it for a long time. But Sculpey, Mont Marte, absolutely amazing. Definitely worth the money. I would definitely tell you to go and buy that if that's what you wanted to do and you wasn't sure what kind of brand, Sculpey or Mont Marte. I'm not sure about Mont Marte being in other countries, but here in Australia it is one of the most highest artist brands. Everybody's always got something from them, and I thought, I've got their paintbrushes, I've got their paint, let's try their polymer clay, and it's really great. I absolutely love it. So I hope you liked my opinions. I hope you liked me playing around with little balls of clay, and have a good day.